We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
I'm not going to see after Monday Night Raw.
What's going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. It's Tuesday, June 10th. Woof. No, it's like the middle of the year. I'm sorry. I was completely thrown off because this is on you, Ben Allison. Bless you, Ben, but you got to give me the heads up when you fix it on the intro thing. I'm not the tech guy. I don't know how to do it. Bye with Tito. Happy Taco Tuesday. Yes, absolutely. Let's get into the show, though. We're breaking down NXT. And I've got the Tuesday Night Delight from the DMV. Shoddy hanging with me. What is good, Shad?
What it do, man? It is another Tuesday night. And yeah, man, we got a shorter staff today. But most importantly, man, salute to Dryzzy and his wife celebrating marriage, a beautiful thing. So, Dryzzy got to get the night off, man. That's more important things than doing a podcast with me and Clark. But I'm here for it, man. Let's get into it. It was a lot to talk about tonight. Some topics that might, ruffle some feathers. So let's see.
No doubt about it. And monster shout out, Dryzzy. I meant to get to that, but I was actually thrown because I almost double played the intro. I don't know if you caught that, Shad. That was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I almost double played it. It was like that got dicey there for a second, man. That's what happens when you give a guy like me the ones and twos, though, dude. It's been a while.
It happens. It's all
It's
good.
been a while. But let's get right into this because, wow, did Jasper Troy make an impact tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Out of the gates. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go full Kool-Aid guy there, but either way, no, Jasper Troy. Dude, out of the gates, opens the show. 5-slam a jamma on Femi right in the middle of a car. I don't know whose car that was, by the way. Did we ever figure that out?
It was real glass.
Is he going to have to pay for damages? I'm slightly concerned about that. Like, what's the cost of that? Did they exchange insurance information after the fact?
Yeah, I don't know whose car that is actually.
Like they
actually
like just
pretty nice car too. Like, you gotta like for NXT, I get some rinky dink hoopties and smash them on those, to be honest with you.
Could you imagine if it's just like somebody just pulled up to the show, just like, oh no, sorry,
walks out after what the hell happened to my car? Or they're watching it from the big screen, like these mother, you know what?
Yeah, there's a dented Honda in the parking lot. We apologize. It was a part of the show.
Oba a big dude too, so you knew like whatever he was going like fall on was going to at least leave a major dent. Glass was going to break the whole nine. Like that's like 285 pounds of just pure muscle, like going in like inertia,
smashing through the hood of a car.
Felt like a Stone Cold entrance on that, to be honest with you.
It's one of those where like he might have broken the engine and the windshield at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
It's actually possible. Either way, we end up with taped ribs. I'm sure the insurance was exchanged and the car was fixed. We'll get to that later, but taped ribs. Let's get into the main event out of the gates here because I really loved this match outside of one thing, Shad.
What's up?
Why are we kicking out of that move?
Yeah.
Jasper Troy deserved every bit of the spotlight he got in this one. And you and I are on Sunday Spotlight all the time, right? So we know all about spotlights.
For sure.
But dude, why is he kicking out of that? What? Come on, man.
It took two of them things, bro, to keep him down.
I know. And I think he deserved this. He looked great in defeat. He looked great in both segments, but talk to me about the match. Talk to me about the opening segment. All of it.
I actually agree with you. I enjoyed the match a bit sloppy at times, but over here in a match like this with a wrestler young in his career, I'm willing to, since we do it for Logan Paul, I'm willing to grade him on the curve a little bit, right? And let him allow him to just get the opportunity to learn, because this is NXT, this is developmental, and I think he's someone that is got a lot of development to make. But if you want to talk about the sure like star power that he has, I think Jasper Troy has a little bit something. And to me, I'm looking at the prospect as an overall, just wrestler. And I'm not even taking anything to account what his gimmick is, how he dresses. I'm just looking at what the guy does. And when I saw him wrestle tonight going against Oba Femi, he showed a lot of similarities to what Oba does stylistically, athletically, strong, power moves, the whole nine. Like, and that's something that you can build off of. And I also think just the presentation with him, what a way to display someone that is on your roster now by attacking the world champ out the gate, but also taking them to the limits, having him have to go through 2 power bombs to defeat him. He wins in defeat in this situation because he looks very strong against the baddest man in the entire roster. And that's a good way to position a guy next in line for the men's roster, because you and I and Drizzy have talked about it a lot. The men's roster is lacking a little bit.
Yeah.
Star power is not there, but you have someone like Jasper. I think you could potentially create a star down the road with him. Just, the ebbs and flows are going to have to happen. My knock with him is this, and it's not even with him. It's the aesthetic. It's the ring
Yeah.
gear. It's all of that. It
doesn't almost fit him.
Doesn't fit him, right? You got way too much going with the straps on the pants. You got with the the shield-esque vest and all the chains. Like find something for him. And that's what I'm saying. The guy himself is talented, and I believe in him. I think he could actually be molded into something, but they need to find something for him that fits him as a character better.
Like, when I made the joke when we were watching, like, if you've seen Scrooge, like, what's up with the Jacob Marley chains? Like, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here? Like that. I hate to,
bro. The one thing they also do is they get a lot of like cheap ass like props. Like, it looks like some like chains that they done got from God knows what. Like, it don't even look like bad.
No, it looks straight up out of like the Christmas movie that only scared me when I was like 8. Right? Like, it's straight up Jacob Marley. Like, and then whatever, he brings out the bigger chain for Scrooge. Like, it threw me for such a loop. And not only that, why is he dressed like he's in a biker gang? Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Jasper Troy, like, don't get me wrong, physically he's imposing. He's got a great look aesthetically elsewhere, but I don't know if that's the presentation I'd have gone with personally.
Yeah, I don't think so either, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's just not like, it doesn't feel like it feels like it's one step away from greatness, right? Like, figure something out that's like a little bit more Jasper Troy.
Yeah.
The match itself, though, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
What does Big E? What does Big E say?
Yeah, I forget.
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Slapping meat. Yeah, exactly. There you go. I was gonna say which one. He says a bunch. But no, yeah, big meaty men but I mean, at the same time, dude, like, Oba showed some range here. How about selling the slam out of the gates? Because of the already hurt ribs? I appreciated that as much as anything, man. Like, I think I think it was as good as you can ask for, no doubt about it. I mean,
isn't it great to see that we have seen this guy be a developmental guy to being kind of the leader of
the lead
entire,
in the match?
Yeah, like he led a match against the guy who doesn't wrestle that much in his career.
I mean, yeah, and if you watch the show LFG, Jasper stood out from pretty much episode 1,
Sure.
but at the same time, Oba sort of came through the system in a similar way
Mhm.
where he was completely raw, right? And for him to lead this match, like we're both like we're on the same page here, man. It's like that in and of itself is impressive.
Yeah.
And I almost that's where I'm a little hesitant. It's almost too giving to let him kick out of the fall from grace.
I don't disagree to that.
You
Just
know, it's
because
almost too giving.
you book yourself in a tough situation when you have two dominant forces going against each other. But you know, it's fine. I do feel that though, because it's like a sense of like, yo, he's the world champ and he's going toe to toe with a rookie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
The only thing I can see that sort of justifies it a little bit is, I guess, because the injured ribs, it didn't hit with full force the first time.
yeah.
You could sort of go with that. If that makes any sense. We've got Fernando Zayas in the comments of Buenos Noches, WR crew. What's going on? Buenos Noches, my friend. And then NXT was fire tonight. Yes, it was. Man, and the main event was too. But Shoddy, you want to talk about Sean Legacy and Ethan Page, or do you want to talk about the family next? I'll give you the shot.
Let's talk about we can talk about Sean Legacy and Ethan Page real quick.
So we got Sean Legacy and Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan Page. I like Ethan Page. I call him Diet Scott Hall as much as I make fun of him. But I actually do like him. But I will say this. It was funny that we just saw that promo about Damian Priest talking about the Razor's Edge.
Yeah, with the Cody Rhodes interview.
Legitimately on the same show.
Which was, by the way, I have to admit, like that clip made me want to watch the interview, because like the fact that he, you know, Priest, I love Damian Priest. I think the dude is such a underrated talent. But the fact that, you know, he like looked up to Scott Hall, the Razor Ramon, and he approached him. He's like, no, I need to get your stamp of approval before I use it. Because he, you know, Scott, man, was a God rest his soul, great dude. He's like, yo, you can do what you want. People use the move all the time. And he's like, no, like that's your joint. I need to get your approval on it before I try to take it. That's some A-class stuff. That's a lot of respect to, you know, the people that you know, inspired him. You know what I'm saying? So like,
so cool,
so dope.
And I love Scott Hall too. But it is funny, just like then you have the ego's edge, like on the same show basically. But we've got Davion Washington in the comments of what's good, y'all. What is going on?
Good, Davion.
How are you? And then Bobby just said he liked some Sean Legacy. He's impressed since he's got signed from the WWID program. No doubt.
I ain't gonna hold you. That man is this was match of the night for sure.
Yeah, it really was. I thought it was great start to finish. And then the Saints don't go marching in, dude. Stop it. Okay. Why are we letting people play in the same sandbox now that they're NXT and we brought them over?
Bro,
like,
so
stop with the Cody Club stuff.
You know
Wrestle somebody else.
You know what I said?
Ricky Saints.
Shout outs to the bro SP3. I was on the True Hill Heat podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And we were talking about we did the pre-show to the last PLE that was going on for NXT. Was it Battlegrounds? And I was like, bro, why is it that Ricky Saints got to go through the Mortal Kombat ladder of all the AEW people on NXT?
It's
right?
legitimately, it's literally like
Lexus King, Sean Spears, now Ethan Page.
It's the Cody Club. It's the Cody Sandbox. He's been only playing in the Cody Sandbox. Okay, Shadi, let me get your full opinion on the match, and then Saints versus All Ego, which is clearly coming up next.
Yeah, you know what, man? You talk about Ethan Page, and I just got to be honest with you. I think he is one of the best like signings that WWE has had in the last year. Like, there's something about him coming to NXT that really benefited his career, and it sparked some light in his brain, and it just started clicking. Maybe it's an opportunity, but also it's part of him really kind of taking the opportunity to redevelop himself, creating, a character that he had, but also adding more to it over here and being able to have a sense of, you know, ability to work with different wrestlers on this roster, being able to create storylines. And I think that's one thing. He plays himself as such a good heel that you hate him so much, but he's going to give you a great match and he's going to give you a great storyline against whoever the babyface may be. So salute to him, man. Another successful title reign. I got to give Sean Legacy his props, though, because you talk about the ID program and everything that we do and we don't know about it. You talk about Evolve and how it's kind of become a developmental to the developmental. This guy is someone that should be on NXT regularly. If they have an opportunity to give him a contract, sign him now, because like I mentioned earlier, the men's division is feeling a little hollow. This is someone that can add some weight to it because the dude is an exceptional professional wrestler. Like
So
he
good.
can go like bell to bell with the best of them. And it's one of those situations, man. Like, I don't know how the deals are with the ID deals and whatnot, but if he's still a coveted free agent, I wouldn't be surprised if another company is ringing his phone like crazy. So y'all got to lock him in. Sean Legacy to me is like a guy that could be a perennial North American champion, potential intercontinental champion, US champion. Like, he's got a lot of that. What I love about like some of my favorite workhorse mid-card guys. Like, I think he's got the potential to be that.
He's a legit athlete's athlete. Like, you can just see it bell to bell. He's amazing. I will say this though. Come on, Fernando. Ethan Page is gonna be one of the greatest heels ever on the main roster.
I don't know about ever.
No,
You know what though? I will
don't
say
do
this,
that to
bro.
me.
I will say this, bro. I think Ethan Page potentially has I could see him succeeding on the main roster more than Ricky.
I could actually too. Honestly, no. Actually, Fernando, you're back. Never mind. You've always been back, but
Because
respect.
to
Actually,
Fernando,
yeah.
to Fernando. So I say that to say this to Fernando's point, and I think I always liked Ricky more than Ethan Page on AEW. That's
Same.
honest fact, right? But this is a different company, and it's the fact that this Ethan Page is one of those guys like a Miz, that knows his role and he can play his role, and he's cool with that. He's like, I'm comfortable, I'm good at it, and I'm just gonna do what I need to do. And you need guys like that. No, like you need like just D-bag heels, kind of like
Yes.
him, and it could
Yes.
work. It could very well
1,000%.
work. And the fact that he could be, I don't know, man. Fernando might have a vision that.
But did you also just see the comment from Deontay Belladonna?
Okay,
Balake Monroe.
Balaka.
No, it's Balake.
Balaka,
The skit. It's the Aaron. It's the Key and Peele skit.
Oh, it's funny. Balaka.
Don't you dare say some stupid name, Balake. It's Blake. You're kidding me.
That's crazy.
Oh, that is too dang funny. Let's get into that one next. Let's talk about it. It's June. And it's the end of Mariah May.
Yeah. Better month. June is better than May.
Woof. It's 1 month later.
It's my birth month. I don't give a damn.
Fair. Okay. Mine's September. So does that mean I win?
Mariah September don't really ring.
I don't know. I'll see you in September. Whatever.
Do you remember? You can play that too.
Don't me first night of September. Anyway, so and we're gonna get used to it. It has a good ring to it. I don't know if it has a good ring to it.
Bobby's comment. Shawn Michaels book Shad, Clark, and Dryzzy for NXT. He should.
He should.
I'd probably have Tatum Paxley like win the title that same night. So he might not want to have me there.
By the way, I said like 2.5 months ago that R-Truth was gonna go by Ron Killings for the match with John Cena, and then all of a sudden,
dude,
He
Hold
went by
up.
Ron Cena, and then he's back as Ron Killings. And I'm like, Triple H is listening to me and just taking him and just like
Bro,
teasing me with it.
can I say this real quick though about that? You don't do camera cut. Bro, that man's promo last night was one of my
So
favorite promos
sick.
I've heard in pro wrestling this whole
Oh
like
my
like
goodness.
I've said it like on podcasts before too. Like truth is funny, right? And I know a lot of our young counterparts on the Wrestling Republic team know our truth for our truth, the 24 title. Cool. Y'all don't remember Ron Killings.
No,
Y'all don't remember
no.
K Quick. Like y'all don't remember what
The
that
3 Live Crew.
3 Live Crew, bro. He won tag titles with Adam Pac-Man Jones. Like Killings is a bad man. And there's one thing that everybody in that locker room needs to realize. That guy is one of the smartest damn people in the business because he can create this, funny facade comedy character that they love. But he can cut a damn promo and he can
Are
get
you
that
kidding me?
crowd. Like there is not a wrestler in that locker room this year that has cut a better promo than him, other than maybe John Cena in the early bit of it and
I mean,
whatnot.
this is a former NWA champion. This is a former NWA world champion.
They forget,
Like,
bro.
this is one of the best wrestlers. Bell to bell is like I've seen lifetime. Athletically, he's off the charts. His greatest trait is he's always been able to adapt. This time, the business adapted to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's the coolest part about this moment.
I love it, as it should. He deserves it. He deserves him, bro. He's been being the butt of the joke character for the last 10 years almost.
And before I thought about this, before we get back to NXT, I've been thinking about this the whole weekend. We mentioned the 3 Live Crew.
Mm-hmm.
Conan on commentary
Mm-hmm.
at Triple A. Then you've got Truth returning, and you have Road Dogg backstage
yeah,
at both shows.
yeah.
So cool. The whole 3 Live Crew
That is dope. I
involved
didn't
in that.
realize that.
How sick is that? All these years later, just incredible. Like, yeah, that blew me away thinking of that. Like, it just amazing. I love this. Ron Killings is more over than ever in his career. Bobby said, cool. He only remembers our truth, not Ron Killings. Man,
That's cool, bro.
Bobby.
It comes with
that's
age
awesome.
too. Me and Clark are old men, so
Yes. And then we got Fernando Zayas, former NWA champion. Yes.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Fernando probably around our age too.
Yes, 100%. But anyway, so Mariah May is now Blake Monroe.
The glamour, Blake Monroe.
I'm sorry.
And her, look, go ahead. You go first. I know you want to get your shit off on this.
I hate it. It's awful. What are we doing here? Why? There's so many other names. I get the you want to own the trademark or whatever. Just call her Mariah May and get over yourselves. Stop it. She built a brand. We all know it. We don't need to start over here. And Blake Monroe, I'm sure we'll get used to it because she's that talented. But it's just like an obstacle that I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't get it. But Shad, I want to get your thoughts on it.
Man, I don't mind the name. I actually don't mind the name. I think it has a nice ring to it. I think it kind of suits how she is and how her character was displayed on that vignette. I don't disagree. This is the thing, man. WWE, they are so much into the business side of it and kind of covering all bases that this has become a normal situation. And hey, man, if I'm Mariah May, and that I don't know if that's her government name or not, but I'm not signing that off to some company. You know, God knows how long you may be on the company, how long you may not be on the company. Like that type of situation does come with a lot of uncertainty. But her, changing it up, becoming Blake Monroe, it is going to be something that I'm going to have to get used to. But the vignette, I loved it a lot because I think the inspiration to a lot of like 70s like sitcom glam girl type of stuff, and it having a lot of inspiration to like Sabrina Carpenter. I thought it was fitting, and I'm interested to see what comes of it, because that is the one thing I do notice that we are seeing with a lot of these free agents coming on over from AEW to NXT to WWE. Their characters are staying the same. Ethan Page has been the same guy. He's developed, but he's been the same guy. Ricky, same person.
name.
Same. I mean, Ethan got to keep his name. You're right. But Ricky is the same person. Jade, probably the biggest one out of all of them, came in as Storm. They didn't change her music similar to that, too. Presentation is the same.
Same
Penta.
name.
Yeah. Well, I guess
Same
Penta.
name.
Penta, yeah. Ray Phoenix, same name.
Same name.
The name is
Bro, I'm
the name
telling
is
you,
the name situation is something that is I don't. So this is the thing. I
Fernando
don't disagree with
thinks
you.
it's a catchy name. Okay, maybe.
Okay, this is the thing. If this was a character who was for somebody that was like brand new that we didn't know, and that was it, I'll be like, cool. But I do agree. The fact that it is someone that is Mariah May, right? Mariah May is someone that is a known commodity in the pro
Great
wrestling.
name.
It is a great name.
It's a great name.
That's
why I think that's why I'm so gutted about it.
It's
and you know what else bothers me about it too? This is twofold, Shad. You mentioned the throwback stuff in this, and she's not gonna wrestle Toni Storm anytime soon. And that's like the best women's rivalry I've seen in years. It's now out of the question. She's doing really well produced, cool work in that promo. That makes me want another Toni Storm match against Mariah May.
Hey man, you know what? I'll tell you
I'm
this, bro.
excited for her in WWE, but dang it.
I'll tell you this, bro. Because I had this conversation with on Twitter with the homie Sat E. And I was like, man, it blows my mind that we're not gonna get like her and Tony or her versus Will. Like, it makes me sad. I'm happy for her ultimately. I don't want that to be the narrative. Like, I think whatever decision she makes is the best decision for her. We don't know what's best for her, right? Like, that's on her own.
No question. But I'm in agreement there.
The beauty is this, though. Mariah May is so damn young, and Toni Storm is so damn young. I doubt this is the last rodeo for them.
Yeah, that rivalry's got to come back around.
They'll wrestle each other, whether it's in AEW, whether it's in WWE down the road. They are gonna, whether it's in the independents, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, they will lock up in a match, in a rivalry one more time. Those two women are the perfect pairing, man. They're red wine and a great steak. Like they're just
that
match made in
timeless.
Heaven. It is timeless, and they both you could tell they both have a lot of respect and love for each other, because I think Toni wanted to work with her a lot when she did come into AEW, and Mariah has made it known that Toni's kind of the formula that she wanted to follow, coming from Stardom, going in to AEW in that type of situation. And they made magic. And I hope to see her make magic in NXT with a lot of talented women on this roster as well. So, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Is Brent, this is, to me, like you said it before, and I don't, I think I heard you say it on the pod last week on the Daily. It is a bit of a lateral move.
It is.
In a sense, right? Because you are the top woman in a division that is a bigger, widespread division, to being a potential top woman in a developmental brand. Even though I think the AEW women's division is very well, I think it's like 10 times better.
Well, in lateral move, I was kind of being friendly. Chad.
Position wise, I think it's a lateral move.
That's what I mean.
I don't think so. I think she's going into it's kind of like, it's because It's how it is right now too. I still think NXT is way better booked than AEW in regards to the ladies, and that's not a knock on AEW. That's just NXT's better booking than everybody for the ladies. So I can see I can see you wanting to go there, but like I said, she was kind of the top girl in AEW. Like she was the champion. She had the biggest storyline, and but dreams are dreams. I mean, she's got aspirations. It seems like she really wanted to come to WWE. So for that, I'm excited for it. And I think she's gonna have success there.
I'm also curious. I feel like we're like almost skipping steps. I'm wondering if maybe they, as far as the contract negotiations with AEW were concerned, she wasn't sure what was next there.
That's
and
true.
and that WWE, when they came to her negotiation wise, gave her immediate direction.
They gave, yeah, they
Because
probably.
it
You're
could be
right. They
that
probably
simple.
gave her a
You know
game
what I
plan.
mean?
You're
Like
right.
that to me is as logical as anything there, where
And
it's
that
like,
and that's the thing, bro. Like I don't like to play,
devil's
couch
advocate. Yeah.
play the couch GM or whatever,
Yeah. Monday morning quarterback.
Monday morning quarterback, but like I do think Tony Khan should put more emphasis on letting this women's division be more of a staple on their weekly television, because that invites the potential to get big time free agents to want to come there or to want to stay there. Like I think that is important. I think they have a very talented roster, and I don't think it's anything like they need to grab anybody. I think it's just putting people in prominent positions, giving them more storylines, and kind of going from there. Like I'm super intrigued to see what the direction for All In is going to be, because your two top women who are the champs are going against each other in a match, right? So you got to create an avenue for other women's matches.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
matches? How you going to do that? No.
That's where, like, to me, it's that's what makes this move so odd.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mariah May was at the top of the card there.
Yeah,
Right?
and she's
Like
so
she's
young too.
headlining pay-per-views.
Yeah,
And I mean, I'm sure she will be excellent in the WWE, but it's
just
not immediate.
she's gonna have to. So I think NXT is the right call for her out the gate, just off of the fact that I think she can kind of wheel her way to trying to create a name there. If she look, man, I think a lot of people, and I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, she's good enough to be on the main roster." Yes, she is good enough to be on the main roster, but look at Raw last night. Like, just watch Raw last night.
It was stacked.
You had Rhea, you
It
had
was
Becky, you had
interesting, dude.
Lyra, you got the Vaquer on there as well. You got
Asuka's
coming back. Like, jeez, bro.
I was fascinated by, after attending Money in the Bank, right? The juxtaposition between that show, even the AAA NXT show, and Monday Night Raw last night, I thought was super fascinating. Because I thought Seth Rollins was going to cash in. I did not think Seth Rollins was going to carry this briefcase for a long time. I thought it's tonight or tomorrow night. Either or. Seth Rollins is walking out world champ. That is not what we got.
That finish definitely rubbed me the wrong way, and I'm not gonna lie to you. And we'll talk about briefly, because this wasn't a whole lot on today's NXT.
Yeah. I'm in.
It's cool. Sorry, Ben. I think Gunther is one of the most forced wrestlers on the main roster. I think they are forcing him down our throat. I don't think he's bad by any means. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. I also think that they have no clue how to position him or book him without holding that title. And that is a problem. Okay? Like you need to find ways for him to learn how to tell stories, find ways to kind of build himself up before getting the title. And also, man, I'm sick and tired of it, bro. The Jey Uso, like, fake hate that gets online. What are
I was
y'all
about to say this.
What?
Shad. I went to freaking the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and Money in the Bank this year. If you were in the building for any of those three events, and you saw a Jey Uso entrance and you didn't realize how over he is, period, you're out of your mind. Like, you don't get it. Like, dude, it was the biggest thing going at all three events, that entrance. People focused more on that entrance than any. We whoa-oh'd for Cody every time. He was at all those shows too. Not like people yeeted.
Nope.
And there's something to that. It's electric. It gets the building going. It gets the people going. Shout out Will Ferrell. But I'm just saying, like, that's a factor. The Gunther thing, all I could hear was Goldberg, Goldberg, Goldberg. Unfortunately, because that's what we're going to get. And what makes me sad about this is I got to see that entire arc from Rumble to Money in the Bank. And then it just went away that fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know a route back to the world title for Jey Uso that's relevant. I'm afraid it's a one-off.
Yeah, they're going to relegate him probably back to the tag division, with Jimmy at some point. So,
yeah. All right. Well, let's end the show on kind of a high note here.
Yeah.
JC Jane versus Laney Reed. I was not hip to Laney Reed, my friend.
I was unfamiliar.
I am now.
Yeah.
Talk about showing out. Can she go? That's what's up, Laney Reed. Deepest women's division. Mariah May, too. We haven't even seen her wrestle yet. Wait, what's her name again? Blake Monroe?
Blake Monroe.
Yeah, Balake Monroe, as our good friend said earlier. That cracked me up. Laney Reed is something to talk about here. She is really good. She's really good. Shad, you saw the same thing, right?
This may be one of the most impressive performances I've seen from a woman debuting on NXT since maybe Tiffany Stratton, in my humble opinion. I think that Laney Reed has the tools to be the top woman in NXT, to being a future world champion. From when last week she debuted, cut a promo on JC Jane, a lot of fire, a lot of passion, calling her the easiest champ to get the title off. Like, that impressed me. And then when we got to see her wrestle tonight, athleticism, strength, just overall charisma, character, the little vignette that they had of her being a Southern belle, kind of being a loudmouth, being cocky. She's total package. She is the total package. She is someone that can really, you see them open slots that are open with Roxanne, Julia, Vaquer, potentially Jordan Grace gone. She might go ahead and wiggle her way through and fill one of those spots. And I mean that with the most confidence. Like, she has a certain it factor that you're just like, you know what? She might be running this division sooner than later.
She legit blew me away today. Like, this is exactly what you want. And it's rare in today's day and age where you see a debut, and as much wrestling as you and I watch, where you're like not entirely sure what you're about to see. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That felt like that for me organically. And that's no fault of anyone. But it was cool. It sort of took me back. It was almost nostalgic. It was like the who's this? Where are they from? Like, you start Googling now. You couldn't do that back in the day, right? You'd be asking your friend that knew more than you. You're like, did you get the magazine? Who is this? Right? Like it felt a little bit like that, right? Like, wait a minute, who's Laney Reed? Okay, hang on. What's the full story? Like, they did a good job with the vignettes, but there was still like a little bit of mystery there. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Shad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it still felt like old school debut.
Yeah, no, it did. It did. It felt like one of those moments where you had like Cena coming in, calling his shot versus Kurt Angle, smacking him, and just you have the rookie going out and showing out, like one of those type of situations. And they did that tonight with both people, right? They did that with Jasper and they did that with Laney Reed. But to me, I think Laney stood out a little bit more than Jasper. Like I think she showed that she's able to wrestle, and then like I mentioned, bro, the confidence, the character is all there. Like the fact that she can talk and wrestle, oh my gosh, she's going to have a very bright future.
I think the only problem for Jasper was the gear, but I would say equal both breakouts.
Yeah,
and
they
two
both
great
looked amazing.
talents.
And also, you know, we are praising this woman, JC Jane.
So good.
JC Jane. The star power that she has, just that badass rocker look, walking in, strutting in, like the showmanship, very Shawn Michaels-esque.
Doesn't get enough credit.
Michaels-esque. Bro, one of the most underrated women's wrestlers in the industry right now.
Staying power. It makes me really sad about Gigi.
Yeah.
Because
like,
the pairing was so good.
Oh, they could have, if WWE gave a lick about caring about a tag division, those women could have been running.
I'm looking at what they sort of built on Raw. I know this is the NXT show, but dude, come on, it's Bella Twins versus
Toxic
Liv and Big Mommy Cool.
Oh, you're talking about what's being built. Yeah.
Yeah, there. And for tag division, Gigi and JC in against Abellas, against
to me, you know what's crazy? JC Jane to me reminds me a lot of Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Because you see her coming up with a group, and she was always the third person in the group, obviously with the Riot Squad. And then, unfortunate situations happen. Your other teammates are let go for whatever reason may be, and you're the lone factor. But look what happens. Look what happened to Liv. She is without a doubt one of the most.
She's still on the best run of her career, and it's like a 2-year run.
Yeah, and she's one of the biggest women's wrestlers in the entire
industry. World. Yep.
Yeah, like one of the most popular women superstars. Like you see her getting opportunities with movies, doing all these, TV gigs, stuff like that. Doing all these like press stuff.
Dude, they're not even breaking kayfabe in public. Her and Dominic.
She's such a great wrestler and character. Like that is someone I criticized so much a couple years ago, and I look like an idiot for even saying anything about it because she's got such a knack of this character that she's running with. Her and Dom, man, like honestly, like kayfabe. I love that they don't break it with the whole stuff. But yo, these two, they really found a character work, and that's why people love them so much, man. They're on TV every week consistently because they built a reason for them to be on TV because people want to see them on television.
It's absolutely exciting to say the least.
Her and Nikki Bella is going to be fired, by the way. I'm excited for it.
I think it is too, but I think you know what I think it's leading to. Her and Big Mommy Cool
versus
the Bella Twins.
Bella Twins. I like
the Bella Twins.
I like it.
Remember, there's two.
Yeah, I think Nikki and Brie versus.
They cut that promo last night, and nobody noticed that tag team title sitting right on Liv's shoulder.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's it's not. It's intentional. They're setting this up.
Brie's old entrance, like it's Brie. Like,
yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like I think Liv and Raquel are very they're like the one few tag teams that is a tag team. Like they've become
no doubt
team, right?
They're Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels. Speaking of Shawn Michaels comparisons,
yeah, a lot.
Liv, Shawn, and then Kevin Nash, Raquel. It's great.
Yeah,
I dig it. Either way, I think that brings us to the end of the show, doesn't it, Shotty?
Yeah, man, that's all we got.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Taco Tuesday, depending on where you're eating dinner tonight. If it's the middle of the night and you're in the UK listening, don't try to get tacos at like 2 a.m. That's aggressive. But either way, thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do check out also our secondary channel over there, Wrestling Republic Undercard. Also check out, do me a huge favor. You're good. Do me a huge favor. Check out Allison Analysis, the new channel. It's on its own channel and whatnot. That brings us to the end of the show. Check out the daily broadcast tomorrow and everything else. On behalf of me and Shoddy, thank you so much for tuning in. We will talk to you soon and have a great rest of your night, day, whatever it is. Peace.